Hello, 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 and welcome back! Today we're gonna do something super fun, but first, before we do anything, I want you guys to look at my cute shirt. You know what this is? This is a Deku shirt, and I just think that's pretty neat. It's a pretty plus ultra if I do say so myself. It's not like I ship it or anything. Anyways, today we are going to be doing Deku Headcannons. So Nikki actually asked you guys on her Instagram what headcanons you had for me, and she asked me to react to them. So I thought, why not? I would love to see what people, think about me, I guess. I thought it would be fun. I thought it would be cool. So yeah, I'm super excited for this. If you guys like this video, be sure to give it a big old thumbs up. If you're new, you can subscribe and click the bell. That way every single time Nikki posts a new video, you will get notified. She posts on Tuesdays, Fridays, and every other Sunday. I will be here, or maybe I'll run away. Who knows? Anyways, let's just get right into the video. Let me head on over to our Instagram. We have 89 comments. That is quite a bit. Newest top comments. Let's go to the top comments first. Okay, so we have from Deku for you, which is actually an account that Nikki follows because they give great Deku content. I think she likes Deku. I don't know if it's the design or what. I personally don't really mind Deku. I think it would be great. I love Kachan. The first one is, Deku gets really insecure about the fact that Kirishima managed to get super close to Bakugo in so little time when he's been trying for so long and it never works. He keeps questioning himself, like, am I not good enough, and should I be more like Kirishima for him to like me, etc. A part of me says yes, but I think for me, I've always known that Kachan loves me regardless of if he's close to other people. I think it hurts me a little bit because him and Kirishima are very close, but I know at the end of the day that even if he doesn't show it, I'm his best friend. Honestly, I think I'm closer to Kirishima than me and Kirishima do like a lot together. But I know that at the end of the day, Kachan still loves me, and he's my best friend, and I know I'm his. Porcelain Heaven says, 1. Deku has problems to sleep. He sometimes wakes up in the middle of the night and starts reading or watching videos about heroes on his phone. Time goes by and he doesn't even realize it's morning already. First, yeah, I have really hard times. I have terrible nightmares and it totally sucks, so I'm woken up quite often. Also, you know, it kind of freaks you out when Aoyama's outside your window talking about cheese, so haven't really been able to sleep since that incident, so yeah. Can you see my freckles? 2. After Ground Beta, him and Bakugo started remembering childhood stories together during their conversations. Mostly Deku, who brings them up, and then Bakugo lets him talk on his own way and respond to them. I've always thought about childhood stories with Kachan, but after Ground Beta, I think I'm more likely to talk to them with Kachan rather than just think about them by myself and cry. 3. He tells himself every day in the mirror that he's worthy of one for all. Deku has a severe case of imposter syndrome and caused by all the trauma he's experienced so far. Yeah, it's really hard for me to accept that the quirk is mine and that I deserve it. It's worse because people tell me all the time I don't deserve it. Like Sir Night-Eye, what was that about, bud? You know? So I think definitely people around make my imposter syndrome worse, but I definitely have a lot of imposter syndrome, and I have to remind myself every single day that I'm worthy of this because All Might's the one that chose me, and so I'm worthy. I'm a damn good main character. 4. Last one. Deku would be an amazing teacher like Aizawa. I don't think I could ever live up to Mr. Aizawa. Mr. Aizawa is possibly the greatest. Don't tell him I said that because then he's gonna make me run laps or expel me or something because, But Mr. Aizawa is a really great teacher. I like All Might. Thank you, Angie. Everyone has a crush on Deku, and Deku knows it and uses it to get more All Might merch. People have crushes on me? Does Kachan? Whenever Izuku can't sleep, he'll cuddle you and play with your hair. I don't know, I've never done that. I'll try it and let you know. Deku gave Eri some of his old All Might onesies. Yeah, they don't fit me anymore, so I might as well give them to someone, so I gave them to her. Eri and Koda, I gave them, I have duplicates because when we were kids and he would come over and play, he wouldn't want to bring his All Might merch because he would lie about how he didn't have it. And I always knew that he had it, so I would get extra onesies from the store with my mom. And so then when Kachan came over, he could wear them. And since I have doubles now, I gave some of them to Eri and Koda so that they can match because they're the same age. And I kept the duplicates of the ones that Kachan liked the most. So yeah. I did do that. Deku grew up with Bakugo, so they have similar tastes in music, so sometimes the class catches them subconsciously jamming out and they don't ask about it because it's the few times they don't fight. 100%. Me and Bakugo, sometimes he sends me playlists. Sometimes he sends me playlists of his favorite songs. And he doesn't say anything about it. He just sends them and doesn't say anything else. And that's just how we communicate. And I do the same thing. Deku gave Eri or bought Eri some All Might merch and taught her all about his favorite pro heroes. We're doing lessons. It's every Thursday. We get together and I teach her more about the Hero Society. Not the Hero Society, the heroes. The society can f*** off. Shitty Deku. Izuku loves it when you play with his hair. Izuku loves it when you play with his hair. I don't know. Another thing I must test. I'll talk to Kachan. Deku let Eri put ponytails and clips in his hair when he's shy. Yes, the kid needs as much comfort as she can get. And so I literally let her do whatever she wants, as long as it's not destructive and mean. If it's something sweet and she just wants to put clips in my hair, Eri, have a ball. This is your world, and I'm just living in it. He has stretch marks. Oh yeah! Everyone has stretch marks. So I definitely have stretch marks, mostly on my legs. My legs got really strong, my arms too, and like my torso. I have stretch marks. Everyone has stretch marks. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just, it's natural, you know, and I own it. I like them. I think they're cool. I definitely don't think there's anything wrong with stretch marks, and I have quite a lot of them. He learned sign in case Bakugo goes deaf from his quirk. I should. I will. I studied it a little bit, but I don't like know it fluently. But I should. He sneezes so loud that people get scared, and one time he broke a wall in the dorms because he didn't know how to control All for One correctly. Sounds like something I would do. Sounds like something I've done. Not a wall, but a glass this morning. He gets sick and stays up in his room unless he's eating to make sure he doesn't hurt anyone. Someone else commented back and said that when he gets sick, he stays in his room unless he's eating to make sure he doesn't hurt anyone. My sneezes can be uncontrollable. He doesn't really know what friend hangouts and sleepovers are like, so he and Todoroki get bombarded by the Deku squad with sleepovers and hangouts. I think I know what they're like. I think it's different with every person. The sleepovers and hangouts are definitely different with Bakugo than they are with Todoroki. Izuku loves cuddles and can and will cuddle most people if he falls asleep on or near them. Cuddling. I cuddle nothing. What is cuddling like? I don't know. Me and Kachan used to cuddle in our cribs when we were kids. I remember that. He mutters in his sleep, but they absolutely make no sense. So he'll be like cheeseburger and how the tables aren't heavy with the blankets, etc. Just like word vomit. Yeah, I never shut the fuck up. He's the kind of person to unconsciously touch you or cling to you. Like you'll be watching Netflix and he'll just rub his fingers over your arm and like you're studying and he just wraps his leg around yours. I should try that. That sounds nice. Forewarning, I'm so sorry, but you asked. Deku is ridiculous and self-destructive and goes all out in fights because he has imposter syndrome with his quirk and is risking it all, and the only thing that makes him feel worthy of being a hero. Yes, with imposter syndrome 100%. Whenever the kids hang out with Deku, Eri and Koda and Katsuma hang out with Deku, he'll treat them like they're his children and he will give them piggyback rides and play pretend or dress up or even use his quirk to make them fly around, and he will make sure they are healthy and protected to warn you if you ever dare touch his kids. He won't hesitate to use his quirk on you. Someone's got to protect those kids because no one else seems to be doing it. I do treat them like they're my kids. They are. Hi, I'm Mr. Aizawa. No, I'm just kidding. He listens to rock music in secret because he has a lot of pent-up anger. Yeah, all the time. When I work out, I listen to rock music because I run and work out my pain. This man cannot cook for shit. I can't. It's not my fault. Why is it so hard? He can make some really good katsudon. No. I bet whenever all his friends become pros, he's just collecting their merch. What do you mean when they become pros? I have their merch now. In the back of the closet, but I have it now. My heart says Deku is bad at cooking, but somehow good at baking and makes treats in the dorm sometimes. Yeah, the only reason I'm good at baking is because one weekend I forced Sato to teach me how to bake a cake for Kachan's birthday. He needs therapy. Oh wait, that's canon, and the rest of One Eye does too. When you're on your period, he'll give you chocolate and flowers and pads and cuddles. Yeah, it's a hard time. Kinda sad headcanon, but I always thought that the reason he never trained before All Might showed up is because he actually believed everyone who told him he couldn't be a hero without a quirk. I have a feeling since Deku is so observant, when you're feeling sad or emotional, he knows how to make you feel better because he knows what you like. Yes, I am definitely a very observant person, and I try to help people as much as I can, and I think sitting and observing them to find out the things that they like is really helpful when they're sad. So yeah, that one's very accurate. Okay, so I read somewhere that him breaking his bones is a form of self-harm that just has a purpose, and also he loves All Might so much because he's saying I am here, made for his dad leaving. He's a bisexual king. How did you know? Is it the bi flag in the back, or is it my constant bi panic? He has an emo phase in his early teens when he hated the world and was bullied. He still enjoys the music, leading to him and Tokoyami having similar music tastes. I should talk to Tokoyami about his music taste. We'd probably get along really well. Maybe we can go to a My Chemical Romance concert together. Are they still together? If they are, after Rona. Bakugo tried to kiss Deku and Deku was confused. Where did you see that at? He told me not to tell anyone, and I thought I didn't. Did Todoroki tell you? Because Todoroki overheard me talking to Ochako, and then I couldn't get out of the situation. But I was confused. I didn't know what he was doing. I thought he was leaning in because I had something on my face. And then I had to sneeze, and I didn't know what else to do. So I just sneezed. And then he was like, what are you doing? And I was like, what are you doing? And he was like, nothing. And I was like, and then I talked to Ochako about it. And then she was like, he was trying to kiss you. And I was like, and now I don't know what to do. So then I just made my move on him. I'm just kidding. By making my move on him, I mean I've been staring at him for 3 weeks and waiting for him to do it again. Since he grew up with Katsuki, he's not as innocent as he seems. He curses like a sailor, and he also pinpoints insecurities in a nanosecond, and he can use it against you. Boy would burn you harder than Ray did Todoroki's face. Yikes. No one needs to know that. Deku has questioned all the girls what their favorite foods are, and he has a secret storage in his mini fridge for when one of them's on their period and they feel like I drink Respect Women juice 3 times a day. I also am a decent person. Sometimes he's still afraid that people will find him stupid or useless. He even got some nightmares because he used to be quirkless in his childhood. So sometimes, even if he has something interesting to say, he'll stay quiet. That happens with years of people telling you you're a and that you'll never be what you want to be. He has 3 gummies in his pocket at all times. If someone is sad, then he gives them a pack, and everyone loves it. Bakugo yells at him when he tries, but he secretly likes them. I keep All Might shaped candy in my pocket at all times because I have to distribute them. It's my goal, distributing All Might merch. Deku gave Bakugo some of his old All Might stuff. Actually, Bakugo gave me some of his old All Might stuff. He's got a lot. I think Deku secretly is talented since he grew up alone and he must have taken a lot of energy out somewhere. So I think he's actually really good at singing or cooking. And I think he's really, really good at pencil drawing. So he just asked his mother for different kinds of pencils. And he has a few of drawings of his classmates and with the whole class that he has hung up in his room back home so they don't see it. And the only person who knows about his drawings is Bakugo since they grew up together. And people started finding out since once he zoned out and started drawing in the living room of the dorms, and Mina got excited and found out, and other people around found out too. Actually, yeah, I really love drawing. I think it's one of my favorite things to do. I started with All Might, drawing All Might, and then I just kind of learned from there. But I really like that one. Izuku thinks that without a quirk, he wouldn't have had any friends. He wouldn't have the friends he does now, so he tries hard to make enough to control, but he can't expect it fully because he believes it'll go away and take everything he loves with it. Well, I do now. Eri is experimenting with hair, but it isn't long enough. So he's begun growing it and even takes hair lessons so he can teach Eri. Maybe I'll talk to Eri about that. Maybe she wants to experiment on my hair. She definitely does put clips in a lot. Maybe she wants it to be a little longer for her. We'll see. Deku is really insecure about himself, so whenever he can, he always tries to do better or always tries to make comments that prove he's insecure. So what his SO, whoever you ship with him, figured out what to do is he'd get comfy and cuddle under the blankets and watch movies until he falls asleep on you. That's really sweet. I love that. I am very insecure. I hope you can't see it. Because of how much and how fast he writes, his hands are stained with ink. He has yet to find a pen with ink that dries fast enough not to smudge. My dream is to find a pen that doesn't smudge. Hums extremely soothingly while writing in his diary if he's relaxed, so he gets extremely shy if one of the girls gives him a random friendly kiss on the cheek, and has found and has probably helped Eri swerve around Aizawa's rules. Like, even if he tells Eri not to even walk around outside, he'll probably carry her around all day and take her to theme parks while she urges him to rant about his favorite heroes, which he gladly does. Yeah, I treat that kid like she's my little sister. I love Eri so much. I just want to give her the world. She's been through so much. I swear, if I could meet everyone in 1A when they were kids, then I would just cuddle them. I would just help them. I can't help but help. You know? My phone fell to the floor. Okay. When he's around people he's comfortable with, he sometimes sings instead of mumbling, and he doesn't realize it. Everyone thinks he's really good at it. Everyone thinks I'm good at singing? Oh! I gotta start singing more. When you're sad and you seize, Deku will do anything to make you smile again, even if he doesn't want to exactly do said thing. I don't like to see people sad. It makes me sad, so I do everything in my power to make them happy. I bet Deku has plushies of Bakugo. Don't tell anyone you saw this. Yeah. When Deku feels insecure after staring at his scars for too long, he'll train until he's too tired, and he'll usually only have enough energy to walk back to the dorms and convince everyone he's fine before walking to his room and almost immediately falling asleep. I should try it. Deku will have nightmares that Bakugo hates him for not saving him quicker or sacrificing himself instead of Bakugo getting kidnapped. When this happens, he turns on his favorite depressing music, similar to Tokoyami's taste, and just cries out his feelings. The best thing that I can do is feel my feelings and then let them go. Or, yeah, I just cry until my heart's content. Deku gets really flustered when you say you love him because no one but his mom has ever said that to him before. No one said that for me. One day when Bakugo was annoying him and making fun of him, he just walked up to him, dead silent, and slapped him round the face. And the Baku squad thought it was hilarious, and Bakugo is still weary to this day. Don't f with me, Kachan. If Deku saw his significant other crying, he will go comfort them. It doesn't matter what he's doing. If Kachan is yelling at him, he'll hush him and say, "Not now, Bakugo. I need to break someone's leg." You don't f with the people I love. I think Deku knows how to cook many kinds of sweet, but he hardly makes them for himself. Yeah, no, I don't eat sweets. I eat katsudon, but I make a lot of sweets for I'll make a lot of sweets and leave them in the fridge because obviously since Sato taught me how to cook or bake sweets, and I also knew a little bit from my mom when I was younger. We would make sweets for the holidays, and she would focus on the cooking and I would focus on the sweets. And so now I know how to make the more advanced stuff, but sometimes I just leave them in the fridge for people, and usually Uraraka helps me to make them, but I think Bakugo eats them at night when he doesn't want me to know he enjoys my food, but I know he does. Every night Bakugo falls asleep, Deku tucks him into bed and kisses him goodnight. I love you, Kachan. I love Kachan. That's it! Well, those were some really good headcanons. I loved that a lot. I loved all those headcanons. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a big old thumbs up. Not for me, but for Tiny Bakugo. If you're new, you can subscribe and click the bell. That way, every single time Nikki posts a new video, you will get notified. She posts on Tuesdays, Fridays, and no more. She posts on Tuesdays and Fridays. Unfortunately, she won't be posting on Sundays anymore. She actually was telling me that she decided she was going to have the Sunday content be moved to Patreon because people pay to hear podcasts and stuff on Patreon, and so she wants to make sure that they're getting definitely what they paid for. So the every other Sunday content will be on Patreon, and it will be podcasts. So if you want to check that out, that is in the link down below. Also, you can get this. This is at Shop Kavali. There will be a new launch soon, she was telling me, and I've seen some of the sneak peeks, so I'm super excited for them. They're super, super cool. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and we will see you in the next one. Remember to stay safe, do your homework, and drink water, and go plus ultra. Bye!